Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Yes, all well. Arshita, Harsh, Aditya Rao, where is this Kiran? Kiran, beta, put your video on. Okay. Kiran, video should be on, beta. Okay. Yesterday, first lecture, if you remember, we started with the first topic and we studied two things: strategy and strategic management. The name of the chapter was Introduction to Strategic Management. But both those concepts very, very important. Okay. Since we were studying about strategies, strategic management, today morning, in fact, yesterday onwards, there is one news that is coming. I just share with you. One person, listen, very interesting it is. One person by the name Mr. Radhakrishnan Damani. Kiran, you know this person? Heard of him? Radhakrishnan Damani? No. Listen, beta, please pay attention. Radhakrishnan Damani, it seems, paid stamp duty for a house that he purchased, and that stamp duty which he paid was to the tune of 30 crore rupees. Harshita, 30 crore stamp duty, Marwari person. Till the end of the last month in Maharashtra, there was one particular scheme to encourage the reality sector. If you buy a property and pay stamp duty, you'll have to pay 3% only. Because from April month, the the stamp duty has increased to 5%. So Harsh, 3% is 30 crores. Kiran, okay, Aditya, 3% is 30 crore. That means this person bought a house. What is the value of that house? He bought a house which is worth 1001 crores. My God, Aditya, 1001 crore, I think it's a very big amount, beta. In fact, people would not be able to buy a house worth 30 crore. This gentleman paid stamp duty of 30 crores. Big place, na? 1001 crore rupees you are paying to buy a particular house. I'm talking of this gentleman by the name Radhakrishnan Damani. Since we are studying strategies, beta, listen. Radhakrishnan Damani is the one who's the founder of Avenue Supermarkets. Chalo, forget it. Avenue Supermarket is the one which is a promoter of DMart. DMart, you heard? Yeah? DMart stores belongs to Avenue Supermarkets. And someone is writing something, one second. Yeah. Precisely, yeah, you're right. This person has a supermarket by the name DMart. Now imagine there are so many people who would have a business like him, right? But you realize that they struggle with the business. You have a small shopkeeper in your area doing same kind of business, but he says he's struggling to survive. And imagine DMart making abnormal, supernormal profit. Listen, DMart, okay, listen, madam. DMart came out with the public issue of its shares. Now kindly pay attention, madam. And Bangalore, this talk is very important. When you have money, you're supposed to use money, not keep it in the locker. So in Bombay, we meet the students as such, and since I'm in the share market, the interaction, I've been able to convert many of them into profitable investors. Avenue Supermarket came out with a public issue of share and offered share to the people at a premium. Total value of the share was rupees 330. Sorry. So one share was offered at rupees 330. Imagine Harsh applied for the share and he was allotted those shares. Great. Within 1 week's time, the shares which were allotted to the people, market opened at 660 rupees. So Harsh invested, let us say, 10 lakhs, he gets 20 lakhs in 1 week. I think that return you will not get in gold. Bangalore, Harshita, agreed, Bida. Most of the ladies over there would not like what I'm saying, but still, I don't care. 330 became 660. So people who made the money double in 1 week's time, they were very happy. They sold their shares for 660 and they were buyers at 660 also. So one was wondering, 10 rupee share, what happened to the voice, Bida? Humble request, fine, but am I not audible? Am I audible, huh? Okay, I'll close that room. 1 second. Yeah. Listen, please. So with a 660, the market price became, people are very happy who got allotted the shares. And there were people who were buying at 660 also. So I was wondering who's buying at 660. I was not allotted the shares. All my application students, nil shares I got. I said, no mind, I'll buy at 660. There's so much of demand. Radhakrishnan Damani was buying as many shares as possible at 660. Today, Beta, that share, one share of DMart is worth more than 3,000 rupees. So Aditya, if you would have invested 10 lakh rupees by buying the shares at 660, your 10 lakh would have become today what, 50 lakh of rupees? Harsh, barabar hai beta, right? So 10 lakhs would have become 50 lakhs. Imagine I'm talking of 10 lakh investment. Radhakrishnan Damani invested crores of rupees, hundreds of crores of rupees. How much money he must have made? What he was doing, beta? Strategy. What strategy? One of my student would say, sir, there was a person, Kishore Bayani, with Big Bazaar doing the same kind of business. So he must also be making lots of money. No. Big Bazaar Assurance was in big losses. Big Bazaar was in a situation that it couldn't sustain for a longer period of time. And Big Bazaar, it has decided to sell its business to Reliance. So on one hand, a particular person doing almost the same business, Big Bazaar, obviously very good business he had, but couldn't sustain, couldn't survive. And you have on the other hand DMart, 330 share worth 3,000 rupees. 10 times more shouldn't the amount became in how much time? In 3 years. You put money in a bank will give you 5% returns. In 3 to 4 years, shouldn't this money became 10 times? Why? Strategy. I just share a small point with you, students. I know there is a company by the name Hindustan Unilever Limited. Hindustan Unilever Limited says, sir, DMart buys from us surf detergent powder to the extent of 400 tons. That much quantity of product shouldn't a shopkeeper would not buy. And when Hindustan Unilever sells 400 tons, DMart would ask for discount because it is bulk, it is in huge quantity, very big quantity purchases they are making. Then students, obviously HUL wouldn't mind to give it at a lesser price. And mind you, Pakistan economy, full consumption of surf will not be 400 tons. In my country, there is one particular DMart which buys so much of surf. Strange. So first they got the discount in this. Then what DMart said, very simple. So your products I'll be selling in my store and I'll be exhibiting your product on the main shelf. So if you want your product to be exhibited on the main shelf, you'll have to pay rent. You know what it means? There was a time that Hindustan Unilever used to charge price for selling the goods. Now, DMart is asking them to pay rent because it sells their product. This is Gujarati Marwadi business technique. What happened with them? They are paying the rent, they are giving discount. And DMart buys material now. It buys in such a large quantity for overall India consumption. They buy and they sell it within 15 to 20 days. So material comes, goes. Cash is not a problem. If I'm selling goods to DMart, I get the payment students immediately. And if I get the payments immediately, they take from me cash discount also. Think of it. Big Bazaar, I have a factory where we sell the goods to Big Bazaar. They used to make us payment after 7 to 8 months. So we're not interested in selling it to them. You know what? Imagine strategy. What strategy? Sell the goods as soon as possible. Buy the goods in bulk. Tell the manufacturers that you'll have to pay rent for the shelf. And imagine students, a particular store which sells food grains, just like an ordinary retail store, what you have. DMart is somewhat bigger. It's making so much of profit that the owner of this company buys a house for 1,001 crore. 1,001 crore is a very big amount. Getting my point? Paying 30 crore rupees stamp duty. How it's possible? Strategy. I think I did tell you in the last lecture, Bita. Your thinking has to start where your competitor stops thinking. Big Bazaar was actually a very big bazaar, but DMart has become a lucrative bazaar, giving good profit for its company, for the Radhakrishna Damani. What they did, beta, you'll be shocked. Every particular part of the city, they have big stores. And those parts where they don't have big stores, now they've taken small shops. And they've started something called as DMart Ready. What DMart Ready does? In a very expensive place in Bombay, they have a small shop where they can't afford a big DMart. So they have a small shop, there you go and you place your order, they'll give you home delivery. So what they are doing, they are trying to tap every customer. Okay, we would go to DMart as such and from there we would buy vegetables also, fruits also. So last meeting, Radhakrishna Damani, see, listen, because see the strategy of this person. Seems to be a very happy person and we were also very happy. But I had some friends, they were wondering how much dividend he will give it to us. At the end of the day, bacha, if he would have put money in the bank, we would have got interest. How much dividend he would give? He said, no dividend this year. Why? I want money for expansion. So what expansion? He said, I'm starting DMart Ready. He said, the vegetables that I'm selling now, there's a South Indian fellow, Mani, M-A-N-I, Mani Anna. Mani Anna comes and sells at One second, beta, there's some problem. Yeah. So we said, sir, good dividend you should give. What he says, listen, what he says, no, sir, I want money to buy farms in the outskirts of Mumbai and do what? Grow fruits and vegetables over there and then sell it through my DMart. And what will happen? Profitability will rise. And he says, at the apt time, I will give you not only good dividend, but even bonus shares. And too much of capital appreciation will be there. Just imagine, students, if that kind of incentives we are getting, we have what shares, maybe 100, 500,000 shares. He has lakhs of shares. What he is doing? Strategy. So please, strategies are something like this. If you want to buy a house worth 1,001 crore rupees, you're not supposed to watch television, no? And see crime patrol. Nonsense that is. Arshita, right? Not supposed to listen to songs. Do this. Today, what he has done, he's almost tried to remove competition from the market. Anyway, that was just for case study for this asked. One question. Now, in your syllabus, students, the first chapter, first point we have is something called as business policy. Very easy. Pay attention. How do we explain business policy? The explanation goes something like this. But a business, I would say, any activity that involves production, distribution, or maybe providing services like what we are giving with one intention, and come on, that intention is what? Profit. Agreed, Aditya? Any activity done with the motive to earn profit would be called as what? Business. Now, when you do business, you follow certain rules and regulations. You follow certain rules and regulations. These rules and regulations becomes your business policy. Some simple examples I'll give to you. Kindly pay attention. See, rules and regulations could be, students, in different aspects. Take this example. You know, there is a company in Bangalore, which are one of the best companies, Infosys. You heard of it? Kiran beta, kya gusse mein baitha hai? Huh? Kiran, you're not smiling, beta, huh? All fine, na? Understanding, na? Any problems? Chal suno, beta. Today, the share market did fell by almost 1,400 points in the beginning, but then recovered. The fall was 870 points. It was a massacre in the share market. But Infosys company share prices went up. Okay. So imagine, students, full India share market is falling down. Infosys, TCS, Wipro, these particular companies, IT companies were performing well. The results are going to come. And I was told that they are supposed to get profitability of 21%. Imagine, student, in the pandemic, if they can make 21% profit, I would always prefer to invest money in Infosys now. It is worth its weight in gold. Pay attention. Infosys company, Mr. Narayan Murthy, Nandan Nilekani, right? These people who were at the helm of affairs, you know, they had a policy. What policy? If we start a business, a new business, or expand our existing business, it will be only with our own capital. What do I mean by own capital? Very easy. Either we will use the money which is there in our reserves, or we would collect money in the form of what? Shares. We'll sell shares and collect money. That means, students, they were very clear. We would not take loan capital. We will not collect money from people in the form of debentures, fixed deposits, public deposits, no. Neither we will take loan from banks. So, own capital only we will do business. Financial policy, right? On the other hand, Bacha, there is a company by the name Reliance Industry Limited. You have a company by the name Tata's. They are as good as Infosys, maybe bigger than that particular Infosys company. What policy they have? They said, sir, if we get a business opportunity, then we don't mind own capital, or we also don't mind getting loan capital. We want money. Anyhow, we should get money and we will take money and do business. What? What is the reasoning, but can anyone tell me? Why? Infosys only on capital. Reliance, Tata's, and there are so many other companies. They say, forget it. They are loan also if we get, it's fine. This reason is simple. But a Reliance, Tata's, or that particular business houses, they feel in a business, future is excellent. Future opportunity is excellent. But maybe in the first 2, 3, maybe 5 years, we may not make good profits. We may not make good profits in the first 2, 3 years, maybe 5 years. So what? So rather take a loan. Why loan? Because loan, if I take it from India, it would cost me 8%. Arshita, what is 8%, beta? Interest burden. If I have good contacts in the international market, I take it from Japan. Maybe I'll get loan at 1%, you know. And then getting money at such a low rate of interest, wow. I can 2, 3 years sustain with maybe less profits or no profits or even losses. But after that future, I know it is very good. Khatak. So that thinking relies. That means they're ready to take risk. Narayan Murthy, Infosys, no. They say if a business is good enough, it gives us an opportunity to make profit of 20, 25%, 30%, then only we will go. Why? Because the shareholders need to be happy. So, beta, that is their policy. Take another example. A small shopkeeper, when you buy things from him, there are many customers who come. And it's written over there in bold letters, no credit. That is his policy. Meaning, I will sell goods only in cash. Credit, no. Some particular business organizations, they have a policy that they'll accept payment only in checks. That is their policy. Some will accept payment only online. Some would insist that you make advance online payment, then we'll give delivery of goods. That is their policy. Another example. We have very good company in India by the name Hindustan Unilever. Naam suna beta? Hindustan Unilever, one of the best FMCG of a country. FMCG means what? They are the ones which make fast-moving consumer goods. FMCG company students, one of the main product they make is soaps. So they say for those people, physical laborers who are there, you know, those who have to undergo a lot of physical efforts, and they are not very rich enough. Okay. But they want a good bath, so they will make use of a Lifebuoy soap. So for some people, they have Lifebuoy soap. Those who are not very rich, those who do a lot of physical work, they don't have lots of money. So there's Lifebuoy. Then there are those young boys and girls who want good, delicate skin. Lux. Who wants to become like film star? They will say, na filmi sitaro ka saundarya sabun. Lux. That film star will come and say, मेरी सुंदरता का राज क्या है? Lux. So one of them would say, चल मैं भी लक्स से नाके वैसे बन जाऊंगा, right? Then there will be a particular auntie with very delicate skin, and the daughter is pulling her cheeks. Say, Mom, these cheeks are, beta, this is because of Dove, right? So Dove is for that particular auntie who wants the delicate skin. Then, bacha, that small child who's taking bath, her eyes should be protected. There should not be too much of glycerin in that shit. So for her, there is Pears. So they sell that the soap under the name Pears, Lifebuoy, Lux, Dove, multiple branding policy. Okay, multiple branding policy. Take this case. In India, you have a company, students, owned by our Baba. What is that Baba's company name? Patanjali. Naam suna beta, Harshida? Patanjali makes 10, 20 different types of soaps. All are sold under the name Patanjali. They make so many products, they are all sold under the name Patanjali. You have a company by the name Dabur. Katak. Everything is sold under the name Dabur. So, beta, what is that supposed to be? That is supposed to be a single branding policy. Single branding policy. Single branding policy. Now, kindly pay attention. You could have multiple branding, single branding. Cash, credit, own capital, loan capital. One more example. So this is very interesting. You know, there is a company, students, by the name ITC. You heard the name ITC? ITC company student gives a dividend of 1,500%. Arshita, 1,500% means, beta, if you invested 10 rupees, how much return you get? Dividend is 150 rupees. Superb, na? There's a company by the name TCS. They gave a dividend of 7,500%. Superb. ITC, one particular company, share price is approximately 200. TCS price is 3,000. What policy is that? Liberal dividend policy. And then you have student one particular company by the name MRF. You heard the name Aditya. MRF, what's the full form? Madras Rubber Factory, Chennai based. They are so conservative, beta. They don't give good dividend only. And you'll be shocked. There was a time that this company's share price was 98,000 rupees. How much? 10 rupees share, Harsh, was 98,000 rupees, and last month, I think they gave a dividend of 3 rupees. कितना? 3 rupees. ये कौन है? ये कंजूस कोई मारवाड़ी आदमी होगा इधर. Anyway, so this is conservative dividend policy. This is liberal dividend policy. So businessmen have different policies to this. Business policies, right? Now going ahead. So it is said, beta, in the past, people at the functional level, we have 3 levels of management: the top level, the middle level, and the lower level. Lower level is functional level, those who perform the functions. The functional level people, whenever they used to come to work, they would have their plans as to what work they are supposed to accomplish in a day. So they come with a plan, They do that work and they go home feeling, yes, they've done what they have planned to do. Now imagine at the functional level, we're so good in doing this. The corporate level decided, boss, why not we do it accordingly? So corporate level also started making plans, that is the top level. Those plans at the corporate level came to be known as strategy formulations. Please be very clear. It came to be known as strategy formulations. Now, formulations is what one only thinking. It has to be complemented with implementation. So when it was said strategy formulation should be complemented with strategy. Come on, all of you, strategy implementation. And when they both come together, we got the subject strategic management. So if a question is asked first at any point of time, evolution of strategic management, this will be your answer. Be very clear, in inter-level, they'll not ask a direct question. They would ask evolution of strategic management. And I said it all started at the functional level, plans, corporate level plans. The plans at the corporate level were called as strategy formulations. If they are complemented with strategy implementation, we got strategic management. This strategic management data, 1911 was introduced in the Harvard School, impart case-based education to the management students. And since then, it occupies an important place in the management study. So that is your first part to the chapter, business policy. See, business policy, importance and evolution. So what it says, business policy is the function and responsibility of the senior management. Obviously, in case of a company like, let us say, Reliance Industry Limited, the person working in the purchase department will not make policy for Reliance. Mukesh Ambani will make, right? Maybe people at the senior level will make. The crucial problem that affects the success of the total enterprise. They're important because that policy will influence the performance of the company. The decisions that determine the direction of the organization and shape its future. Business policy stresses on the rational and analytical aspects of a framework for understanding strategic decision making. The framework helps managers handling management responsibility. So maybe I have said more than this, what's written over here. Business policy introduced one in the Harvard Business School in 1911. Based on interactive case study. The course aimed at enhancing the general managing capability of students. Introduction of business in the curriculum of other business schools came much later. Simple. Here, what is important, beta? Evolution. Once a question was asked, 2 months, what is business policy? So that is why I gave you all those 4 examples. Now be very clear, these examples which I explained to you are not mentioned here. But for me to explain to you like that, I feel it better because as a student, I would love my teachers who would explain it with examples. I thought you also understand it, right? Now please pay attention. Next part is concept of management. Management bachpan se pad rahe. Managing men tactfully. So planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. For the people who look after the management of the business. That you can just go through it. Not at all important. Most important in this chapter, students, is now the next part that we're going to study. See, here it comes. Strategic levels in organization. Very, very important, beta. Corporate level, business level, functional level, I was just explaining to you. We'll understand this with the actual example. Yeah, kindly pay attention. How to explain this? First, okay, I'll tell you this part. Beta, we studied that strategic management is a process of establishing a strategic vision, right? Strategic vision, setting objectives, crafting strategies. Crafting strategies, we say. For crafting, beta, your syllabus is all based on the definition. When I say crafting strategies, we have 3 chapters in your syllabus: corporate level strategies, business level strategies, and functional. So if this part you understand it over here now, there it becomes easy. Kindly pay attention. So how do we understand that? Levels of management, you've studied, students, in the past that management in an organization is something like this, a pyramid shape. Where you have a very narrow top level management, you have a wider middle level management, and the widest bottom level. Something like this you studied with us. Now, how to understand this actually with the help of a company's example. In the morning batch, I've given this example. I'll give the same example. Kindly pay attention. In a country, there is a particular group by the name Tatas, right? Kiran, you heard of this? Tata Group, bacha, is today controlled by a holding company called as Tata Sons. Harsh, any idea how many companies are registered or listed belonging to Tatas in India? No idea. Abida, unmute karo. 99 someone wrote. Okay, good. But as far as Tatas are concerned in India, they have 28 to 29 listed companies. 28 to 29 listed companies and approximately 100 businesses in all. Now kindly pay attention. Tata Sons, I said, is the holding company which controls so many listed as well as unlisted companies in India. Like for example, in Tata's, we have a company by the name, the most profitable company, TCS. We have a company by the name Tata Chemicals, Tata Motors, Tata Timken, Tata Steel, Tata Tea, Tata Coffee. Bas jagah nahi hai, hai na? 28 when I say it's enormous. That is the business level. Now kindly pay attention what we are supposed to study. Please listen. Tata Sons, that is supposed to be at the top level, corporate level. Can anyone tell me who's the chairman of Tata Sons today? Yeah. Ratan Tata bacha is wrong. I'm sorry. Today, Tata Sons chairman is N. Chandrasekharan. Kya bola Kiran? N. Chandrasekharan. Someone said Ratan Tata. Ratan Tata is the chairman emeritus. Matlab he's a silent chairman. He's, because of his position, till the time is there, he'll be the chairman. Not active, but N. Chandrasekharan is the one who looks after the day-to-day working of Tata Sons. No problem, beta. Pay attention, please listen. Corporate level, Tata Sons, N. Chandrasekharan. This Tata Sons comprises of people like Ratan Tata, N. Chandrasekharan, Farid Kambata, Ajay Piramal, Noel Tata, you know? Some well-known people, students in the country are at this corporate level of Tata Sons. Again, it is said these people are the face of the company. If I'm today investing money, let us say in a company called as Titan, I don't know who's working in Titan, but I know Ratan Tata. I know N. Chandrasekhar. And my parents have told me Tata's means trust. Quality is assured. Now, I said they are the face of the company. Their responsibility is not of Tata Sons, Vida, because Tata Sons comprises of 99 to 100 businesses, 29 listed companies. So I would say the people at this level have maximum authority, and so they are supposed to take maximum responsibilities. Next, what they do, pay attention. They will decide which business to do, which business not to do, in which business we should expand, which business we should invest money, which business we should divest. All that decisions will be taken by people at the Tata Sons. Example. You know, Tatas used to have a company. Kindly, beta, understand na? Oi, Arshida, sun rahi hai na? Na, beta, suno. Tatas used to have a particular business, and you should know these things, please. Huh? That company's name was Tomco. Tomco is actually Tata Oil Mills Company. Right? Oil mill company used to make a soap by the name Hammam soap. Hammam soap was very good soap. That time the price of the Hammam soap was 12 to 15 rupees. And one particular lady comes and asks, sir, why that soap is green in color? I mean, Ratan Tata would say, I'm selling it for 12 to 15 rupees. It is as good as any other soap. And if someone has a problem with its green color, they're not interested. So what it did, it sold that particular plant to Hindustan Unilever. Who will take the decision? Corporate. Arshita, they had a company by the name Lakme. Lakme, one female comes and says, I want a lipstick. And then she tries those 10 lipsticks on her fingers as such. And then she says, no, my color I don't get. So, Buddhi, tere ko kaun sa color chahiye? It's as simple as that. Na? What color do you want? No, my color I don't. So she was offered another 10 more lipstick. This, my red I'm not getting. Ratan Tata would say 100 rupees, 150 we're selling lipstick. And that girl's, what color she wants, we can't give them, better I close the business. Yeah. That business was also sold to Hindustan. Okay. Then one day Ratan Tata came to know what? This is very interesting. When Tata Motors, hey beta, suno ha, maja aega ye sun ke. On morning batch I did not say this, but you all should know. Ratan Tata made a car Indica, and in pure earnestness, it was not a good product. It didn't look like a car, it looked like a tempo. At the same time, students, the car had some engineering problem. So Aditya, what happened? Ratan Tata invited people from Ford Motors. Okay, so please come. Please help our people to design the car properly, to have good mechanism. These people from Ford Motors came, they're Americans with that inflated ego.